Bertha.
They were talking to this gentleman who lived just down from us, down the slope.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, you can see his house from where Elaine's house is. And it was really cool because he said he was living in this shack with 6 kids. And how did he get the help? They were helping him. He wanted some help. It was really cool because he looked at his house and, all it is 4 2x4s strapped up, nailed together, hit together with a piece of garbage bag up on the top to keep the rain out. Struck right out. Kind of makes you think when you see all the 2-car garages and double cars in the garage, that they're just happy just to have one vehicle or just to have a house. I mean, what really got to me was, her saying, this is my house. This is like a mansion, to me. And all it is a 4 walls and one in the middle to separate the bedroom from the main room. Nothing much. I mean, to us, to Americans, that's poverty right there, is just not having any amenities like the stove and the running water and everything like that. It's just, to her, it's the best thing on earth because all it is a roof that doesn't leak. Yeah. She said her trailer, whenever it rains, the water comes in.
Yeah, up on the roof, we can see where they had tried repairing the seal. So you spent a lot of time talking to her. Did you, she speaks pretty good English, yes.
She does, yeah. Her dad was, he said he was very happy that she was getting this because she deserves it. And the kids need somewhere where they can not have to worry about getting sick. And if they need electricity, they have it. And, he was very, I thought he was going to tear up for a minute. I think when it's really going to hit her is when we give her the keys and say, it's yours. And I think that's when it's going to hit the family. I don't think it's really hit them that it's theirs yet. But when the keys are in their hand, I think that's when it's going to, okay, this is actually yours. Where you don't have the keys, you do.
Across the border and everything was just, it's just like a war zone. It doesn't look like it's organized. It looks like it's one billboard for miles and miles. You don't know if it's a shop or is it a graffiti.
Right.
And I don't speak the language, so it's foreign to me.
Oh, that's
across the border without stopping.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's an open border. I just couldn't believe it.
You can't go the other way without stopping.
But today was a good experience. Paint seems to be the easiest thing for Henry to get involved in.
So you guys spent some time with them.
Oh yeah, she was very pleasant and the little girl was very pleasant. And we just enjoyed doing it. So it was a great help for our team to get all that paint done and have the sweat equity in there from painting. I like the way everybody worked together and helped everybody and look for things to do when we were finished with the task that we were assigned. So it's great. It's great. It's really good.
I was telling Don that I wouldn't mind getting involved more, doing this more often. Just seeing all this and then seeing my church.
See what?
Getting my church involved in this also. Because I know that some of them wanted to come actually, but it was too late already. I waited. And so just when I take pictures back and film whatever, they can see what we're doing and stuff and how much poverty is here compared to the United States.
Have you seen poverty like this before?
Somewhat, because I was born in El Salvador, and it's always kind of third world country compared to Mexico. We were actually raised in mud houses, so it was like this is a step up. But still, this, I've been living with my parents, which is my plantation. I've been living like a spoiled life since I was adopted. But, coming back here and seeing all this, that's just it's sad. It's really sad to see all this. You can live like this.
You were how old when you left?
I was 7.
So you still remember some of that?
I do.
Poverty.
But over there actually, this is a little more poverty compared to over there in El Salvador. It's like there's so much like fruit, tropical fruits and stuff, and there's so much to eat there. It's like kind of like Hawaii in a way. Over here, it's like there's desert and there's really nothing. You count on vegetables or food-wise.
The whole landscape is just desolate.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I wouldn't mind staying here and doing more projects, honestly. I'm learning as I go, though. It's the first time, actually, the second time I think I've been in construction like this. Usually I'm at home computer, so that's that gets boring for a while.
That way. People would just have tarps and whatever they could find in the film. They would, there was this one house where they had nothing but doors nailed up around.
Yeah.
And they just nailed up the doors and maybe have a piece of tin they lay over the top of it, or whatever they could find. And so this area seems to be a little different.
So they used to have a Christmas tree. Like the first time, they actually had people are just stealing earth, so they actually one pole, and all those cables going from different houses to so it's whole Christmas tree of cables going down from the pole. I think it was much more organized. There's nothing like that.
So we're letting the new guys go around and get their impression of
It's just the staff here and their encouragement, their devotion to what they're doing. They're obviously they're very committed to this and helping. And that really struck me. I mean, I'm coming down for 2 or 3 days, and they're here and really doing this day in and day out. And then it's been a while since I've been to Baja, and just how dry and desolate and dirty and desert it is. That really struck me today. And then just as we drove through the neighborhood, seeing just the ramshackle neighborhoods and people eking out a life out of whatever they can find, however they can manage. I guess we're all doing that to some degree. We have different levels of disposable stuff that we're tagging along. But I was really struck by the family and the kids and how involved they were, how much help. And when her dad showed up, I was just working shoulder to shoulder with him this afternoon. Felt good. It's neat to see that he's involved and he's helping out. There's a lot of pride, obviously.
And it's called Jesus.
And
it's called Jesus.
I think he pronounces it Jesus. So any of you old timers have any new revelations?
So little. They seem to be happy. They're clean for the conditions that they're in.
Kids, nothing.
It's like they're okay.
I don't just let them.
Yeah. Nothing at all.
Starting
people.
You know, just all the trash and debris. And up there, it just seemed,
It's just dirty.
it seems somewhere where you can, good place to go four-blind, you know? But, I mean, that should have just seemed, I mean, you can't really describe it unless you're there, you know, how, where Moore lives up there, because it's just nowhere you don't want to be hanging out in, but this place just looked like hills, you know? But I'm sure they're just as grateful, you know, to have.
Yeah, probably even more. Who knows how long they've had that land? 'Cause they have to buy the land.
Uh-huh.
Much teamwork we got. I mean, we're literally sleeping with 4 guys off the street.
Yeah, two of them were, three of them were on the bends. I mean, they were detox.
Literally,
from
yeah.
Heroin, from alcohol, crystal meth, I think.
Crystal meth.
These guys were coming down, and they were in bad shape. That was the first thing that happened. We showed up, and he met us at the door, and he met us really quick, and he said, just want to let you know, we got 2 more guys in today. And so we were trying to figure out, like, where we were going to sleep and stuff. But, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, even with that, those guys were out there helping us. Those guys were out there today, shuffling us boards, doing what they could.
They couldn't do, I mean, they would help out a little while, and then they would disappear, because they just, you could just see them, you could just see like their tank just go quick, you know, and they were just there, they would, you know, help something and then they would take off.
And then the last part of the evening, they jump back in again.
Yeah.
Out there, they just jump right in it, just start working. It's awesome. Makes a man feel good if you had something you can do. I've been there, so I know what it's like. You know, worthless and hopeless, you know, you think. And I know that guy that was doing the heroin, he felt good doing it. He was good.
And you can tell because those guys, they come up, you know, you're talking to them and stuff, and they'll say things like, they'll try to say things that show that they're valuable. You know, like this, like one guy said, oh, yeah, you know, he just out of the blue would come, you know, and say, oh, you know, I've done a lot of carpentry. And so they're like, oh, really? Oh, wow. You know, and you just kind of encourage him and tell him, oh, what a great skill, there's great skills and stuff like that. And then another guy will just come up and say something else he's done. You know, and you can tell that they're just fishing for just value. It's a big thing. And this kid that's there, his name is Ivan. He's a young kid. How old is he? 17. And he's been there for 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. He's been addicted to cocaine and crystal meth from 12. And showed up there, and they've been ministering to him. And so when we were outside kind of talking, we were late last night. We went to bed really late. We walked into the room, and there he is on his bed praying. You know, and then as soon as we walk in, he just gets up and starts helping us, you know, and helping us make sure that we're comfortable. And then one of the guys in the middle of the night got up to go throw up. And as soon as he got up and threw up, the guy got out of his bed and went after him to make sure he was okay. And then this morning, he came back in, and he'd gotten up to check on this guy, and he grabbed his blanket off the bed and folded it up, put it into this room that's on the side, took a chair in there. And I thought, I don't know what he's doing. You know? And so I got up and I kind of peeked around, and he was on his knees. Right. It's just amazing. I mean, just some cool stuff.
Do you have anything else to say, Chris?
Sorry.
Oh, what?
The teamwork and
So have you
The
seen
cultural,
this level of poverty before?
I've never seen this level of poverty. I obviously never been in it either. I've been in the midst of it, but no. And they make great use of everything. You know, it's kind of funny how we were talking about the craftsmanship of every material that he's used to stub together these outbuildings for the people that he's housing, and it's like he's actually got great skills. He's just had to piece his house together basically, and I don't know, yeah. All the neighborhood kids they're killing me. They're too cute. They're too cute. So.
You know, I've seen a lot of poverty situations in my life, in the lifestyle that I did. But today, I was looking over, because we have a nice view of the city, and I'm looking over at all these shacks that people are living in. I mean, literally, you go to Burnside Bridge and you'll find the same thing, but these people, this is their home, not just, and it just amazes me how much they value it, and personally, I stood there looking over the valley, just praising God for the blessing to be down here, and being involved in something like this. But it's awesome.
It's awesome to hear.
Praise God.
This morning I woke up real early, it was probably 2 days ago, about a week ago maybe. I called Ramon and I said, so this is probably new to some of you guys. When I was making the calculations as far as how much people earned at the different events, I have basically all your, everything that was made minus expenses for the event, and then everybody shared the rest, right? So everybody shared the net profit. Well, there were expenses that I wasn't accounting for that were not connected to events, but were connected to the whole thing, And so at the end of the whole thing, I ended up with that everybody had money, or everybody had shared this money, and actually there was a portion of it that shouldn't have been shared. They were going to expenses like $800. So at the end of the whole thing, there was a lot less money left for the mortgage, or for the house. So I called him and I said, I don't think we're going to, it was before he poured the slab, it was a week ago. I said, I don't think we're going to be able to do this house. With the money that we have, we can build a fence, the retaining wall. He said, no, you know what, let's just have faith. Let's just have faith that this can work out. And there was a whole part of me that was like, oh, come on. Everybody worked hard, everybody contributed a lot of this, it's just not going to happen. But I didn't say that, so I did not have faith to believe in God coming through and just His will being done. And just the stuff that happened in the last few days with the more money that was coming in, the gifts that people were giving, and it wasn't just enough to do His house, it was some extra stuff that we're able to do for Him. He just reminded me of that this morning, His faithfulness. It's just incredible. It's beyond my faith level. His name was Herman. 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 And he was coming out of a Bible college. He's in a Bible college, and he came out just to visit with them. He was a drug guy. He was a strung-out drug addicted guy that was homeless, and he stayed with him for the way they first got introduced. Ramon was headed to work to church and saw this guy and pulled over, talked to him, and brought him home. The guy stayed there for a few days, and then Ramon said, let's just go out and evangelize. So the guy said, are you nuts? No way. It's just like, I don't have anything to do with that stuff. And so Ramon said, so left it at that, but the guy felt like there was some headbutting going on now because of that. The guy didn't want anything to do with Christianity or anything like that. So at one point, because of the headbutting, the guy said, you know what, I think I'm just going to leave. And Ramon said, yeah, you're free to leave. So the guy took off. And And a bit of time later, he came back and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. So he just sat on his luggage, or sat on his duffel bag, put a blanket over him and fell asleep there. And the next morning, the guys in the back came out and they saw him, and they said, come back and go to sleep, I'm back. So even the guys there are helping, they're just really, they know that's what it's there for. So they brought him back there and they took care of him. And he just felt like he came to know that in order for his life to be of any value, he needed to get right with God. And so he got right with God, started pursuing that whole thing, got free from, was there for about 6 months and got, some time between his addiction and being clean. And went into Bible, applied and got into a Bible college. They call them like an institute. Yeah. So he was telling us that his schedule. He wakes up at 4, prays until 6. They have breakfast, and then they go back and pray intercede for the city and different things. Then they come back out and they do their chores. No, they go to school. They do all their schooling. Then they come out of there, they eat, and they do their chores, and then they go and they work in different churches doing different things. And then they come back, and 9 o'clock, lights out. 4 o'clock in the morning, lights back on. They do it 5 days a week. Saturdays, they get to sleep in until 6. And they do some very similar stuff. They don't go to school, but they do some work. And the guy was, you could look at this guy, and you would not even tell that the guy was a recovering drug addict. The guy he looked clean. His countenance, the spirit that he just kind of.
Oh, he
exudes.
bubbled. He was full
fun.
of joy.
He was
You tell he was
fun.
full of spirit.
It was just amazing. So we on the way back here, we were talking about how just this one guy, the eternal, the things in the kingdom that shifted, with this one guy coming off the streets and all the things that he was into and all the friends he was influencing and all the stuff that was going on, right? This one guy coming to Christ and now on this new path. What eternal changes, what kind of kingdom territory is being taken with just this one guy? And just it's amazing. Yeah, very cool. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying
said Conrad died yesterday.
We'll be done by 11:40.
Sorry about the bumps.
You're all right.
Nick says, pretty sure we can pass.
Leadfoot big time.
Here we are, just about ready to wrap up for the day. The home is near completion. Belen, the mom, is cleaning the yard to make it presentable. Moments away from the ceremony where we give the house to the family. Here's the other team. They're out there building another home across the valley. You can see it down there. You. Are you looking forward to your new house? And you picked your room out?
Yes.
Are you going to pick out your room, or is Jason going to pick out his room first?
I'm gonna my mom gonna pick the room and then me. And then I'm gonna pick the room for my brother because he don't know to pick.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes? When do you think you'll sleep in your house for the first time?
Yes, I'm gonna sleep in the floor because it's gonna be in there.
Because you don't have a bed yet?
No, in there. In the night, we're gonna sleep in there, but not in the bed because we're gonna sleep in the floor.
On the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody going to sleep on the floor in there?
Yes. With the things like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your mom and your dad and your brother and you?
Yes.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty exciting, huh?
Yes. And we're gonna have the bathroom.
Oh, you're going to have the back room?
Yes.
Are you going to make the front room into a kitchen and a living room? Wow, how exciting. Are you going to put your TV in there?
Yes. The TV that I have in there.
You can watch your movies?
Yes.
What's your favorite movie again? I forgot.
A bee.
A bee. Ah, yeah. What's your favorite movie? I forgot. Is it Toy Story?
Yes, and we was in Dora on and Blue's Clues, all the movies that I have, all those movies.
Blue's Clues. Is Blue's Clues in Spanish or in English?
Blue's Clues in Spanish and in English.
So it's in both? Yeah. Well, that's pretty exciting. I'm very happy you have a new home.
Me too.
Keep you very dry when the rain comes?
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm dry when I'm in there of the rain.
Yeah. Well, you're very blessed to have a great family.
Yes.
Yes, you are. You have a beautiful family.
Yes, with the house.
And a beautiful...
With another house over there.
Yeah.
That house isn't mine, another.
So
It's of my grandma.
the car you're staying in, is that your grandma's car?
Yes.
So you're going to give that back and you're going to stay in the new house?
Yes.
Oh.